Surfers are hoping to grow the popularity of this up-and-coming sport. TV20's Ethan Badowski tells us how North Central Florida is playing a role in that growth.
If there's a chance for the big Olympics, of course, I would not have anything against it.
Martin Yantelek is dreaming big. As the director of Motosurf USA, he is looking to take the sport from its humble beginnings to the worldwide stage.
I believe that one day we would be potentially part of some of the big Olympic tournaments. Of course, it is a dream to get.
The competition kicked off its season this weekend at Keystone Beach in Keystone Heights. Competitors race on high-powered boards around a course in multiple heats before a final determines a winner. The boards used in Motosurf may look like your typical wakeboard, but when you open them up inside, there's a gas tank and a two-stroke engine that's about as powerful as a motorbike.
It is very lightweight. You can travel with it. You can go anywhere around the world without any significant cost. And it is just a very cool sport to watch and even more cool to practice.
It's a mix of snowboarding and dirt bikes because you have the power. So just any type of balance, core strength, you get tired after 5, 6, 7 laps.
Squire won one of the races and said though he's friends with many of his competitors, it's always sweet to beat them.
That's the biggest plus. So yeah, coming home with a trophy, especially if it's a #1, it feels amazing, especially knowing how talented a lot of these guys are.
And North Central Florida is playing a big part in this sports upbringing. The next race is scheduled for July 21st through 23rd in Lake City. In Keystone Heights, Ethan Badowski, TV20 News.